Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts Jackie Chan, Inspector Chan from Police Story. And if you guys have been following SH Figuarts, or I guess Bandai in general, you probably know that this line of figures has kind of been floundering. It's not been good mostly. There have been some good ones, of course. They're very capable of making good figures, but they've not been doing a great job lately. Their consistency has been terrible, and I'm gonna warn you, this figure is not one of the better ones, unfortunately. There's some good stuff about it, sure, but mostly it's another big fat dud. So stick around if you want to see why. Otherwise, you got all the information you already need. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, let me go ahead and show you the package. It is a pretty good looking package, other than the amount of window is tiny. Why did they do that? Oh, this should be a lot smaller. And the figure should be visible. That's so strange. Very, very strange. This side looks nice. It actually makes the figure look pretty good. The back is still lots of extra space for not the figure. So yeah, you know, they're not the best looking packages most of the time these days. This one's no different. So if you're an inbox collector, you've been warned. Alrighty. This figure is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. If you want to get one, I'll put a link in the description below. He stands about 14.8 centimeters. That's going to be just about, let's say, 5 7/8 inches. Here he is up against Darwin. You could fit him into your Marvel Legends or 1/12 scale collections with a little bit of fudging, either way, and you should be fine. Now let's do a question of the day. Are you in the market for a Police Story Jackie Chan? That's the first question. And the second question is, if you are, did you want the garbage truck outfit? I'm indifferent about Jackie Chan, other than, like, as far as getting a figure of him, other than from Rush Hour. I would like Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, that'd be fun. But if I was going to get a Police Story outfit, I would not want this one. And if I was going to design an action figure based on one of the outfits in the movie, I would not have gone with this one. It's like the hardest thing to do is baggy clothes. It's so hard to make it look good. And they didn't. They didn't. So let's get into the aesthetic. It looks like... Oh, man, I mean, I get what they're going for with the baggy clothes look, but it just doesn't look like there's Jackie Chan underneath there. It looks like a really bad sculpt of baggy clothes with a Jackie Chan head on there. Even the shoulders, they look extra droopy because unless you really finagle them to try to hide that gap, they don't look right. They only kind of look right if you do that. They should be able to come up a little bit more. This makes it look like he has no shoulders at all. He does have some, and the baggy outfit obviously makes it look like that, but the way they've executed this, it makes it look so much worse because Bandai over-engineered the ever-living crap out of this. They thought about it way too much. I don't know why they've been doing that lately, but let's just get, well, I can't get into the articulation yet. That's what I want to do. I'll just say the aesthetic, it's not good. The green's not even the right color. And the amount of paint on there is not good enough. It's not super clean. The shoes are okay. But let's talk about the faces, because that's probably the bigger deal for most people. It does look like Jackie Chan, and from a distance it looks pretty good. But if you get up close, it's really kind of crazy how far away this figure is from the things from InArt or LPZZ. Like, they're still using the tampography type paint job with the lines on it. And I hope it shows up for you on camera. It should. But then you can also see where the printing just stops. Halfway down his chin, there's just no more color. It looks ridiculous. And the way they've done the really heavy shading on the nose, it looks like a really badly applied wash. Which, it's not a wash. The sculpt is there, and the paint is kind of there, and of course if you don't get up super close, it's not going to look that bad. But even on some of the alternate faces, it's worse. The hair has no shading in it either. It just looks really, really cheap. Unfortunately, it looks super cheap, and the way they've cut up the articulation affects the aesthetic significantly. Even when you pose this guy, it looks like crap. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't think they got the look right. I get what they were doing, but I don't think they executed it well. Or at least well enough at all. I'm going to give his aesthetics only a 5 out of 10. That suit looks like he's in one of those blow-up sumo suits almost, rather than Garbage Man's outfit that's drapey on him. It looks puffed up and weird. Now, as far as the accessories go, there are a total of 4 faces, and like I said, they're all kind of good. except the paint jobs are just wildly weird. Having it stop halfway down the cheek and the chin, having the lines on the face, having the aggressive, weird shading around the nose and the chin, it's just very strange. And it's unfortunate because I think the sculpts are really good and the paints are close to really good, but they're missing the mark. A good spread of hands for sure, no problems there. The umbrella looks pretty nice, I guess. No real paint on that though, in terms of like shading or anything. So this hyper realistic figure actually looks pretty goofy, with everything being unshaded except for his face. And then the revolver looks okay. So I guess 7 out of 10. I don't know what else to do. I guess 7 out of 10. And now we have to talk about the articulation, which is just it's a thing. But let me show you first. We have a double ball peg, so I'm happy about that. That is okay. You don't get to use it very much because of his hair, but you do get that. The neck moves around well enough. Bandai still keeps making a gap in the neck when you lean it back, which, not a big deal. It's just almost all of their figures have that neck gap. It's strange. But yeah, it moves around well enough. I think his neck is too long. You won't notice it probably in a lot of poses, but it does seem to be too long in some poses for sure. And you definitely don't want to even look at it that way because you can see the weird makeup looking paint job. It looks nuts. That's just crazy. Now for the shoulders, they've gone and done this design again, where you have these ball sockets inside that lets the shoulder whole thing move up. And that just looks terrible. There's no need for this, Bandai. You didn't need to reinvent the wheel when it came to shoulders. This is crazy. This new complex thing that they have going on, it's useless. I'm going to leave them apart actually for now so I can show you something else in a second. But raising the arms up, you can't even do it unless you tuck the arm under. And so then you have this big lump here, a cavity underneath it, an unsculpted ball there, and that's how you raise his arm. So it looks ridiculous, and then this is basically unsculpted too, for part of it here, and then this is just flat. So it looks really, really goofy. They didn't need to make it that complex, yet they did. And because of that, you can't get his arms to go straight down. I guess I'll snap him back together for now. Or at least close enough. You can't get his arms to go straight down very well, unless you make him look like he has super droopy shoulders. Can we just snap back together? There we go. It's the way they've done the shoulders is nuts. His arms look like they're disconnected and they're just hanging there. So that's terrible. And of course your bicep swivel is just about worthless with a sculpt like that for the shoulder. Single jointed elbow, which doesn't look like, I don't like the way this looks personally. I guess some people might, but it looks like that when it's not bent, and then when it is bent, it looks like that, which it just looks so mechanical and weird, and you're not even getting good range out of it. It's gonna look fine from some angles, of course, but that's not the way that they've done so much better in the past. And then the wrist articulation is next to worthless because it's really deep inside the sleeve. All right, for the torso, get ready. I'm going to take it apart to show you this first. You saw this ball peg here, okay? And then you have this, which is a ball peg at the bottom. None of these are doubles, by the way. So it's a ball peg here and a ball peg here. So it's two individual single ball pegs with a squishy torso. All right, relatively squishy, but not that squishy. And the interesting thing is it's not that squishy because it doesn't need to be squishy. You can't squish it. It serves no purpose. There's even a thing in the instructions saying, careful, it's squishy. You might scratch it. It's like, no, you won't, because it doesn't even pose. You can't lean forward farther than that. What? He leans back that far. Why is the torso squishy when it doesn't flex in any direction? Side to side. Basically worthless. It has no range up here and a little bit of range at the bottom. It's basically worthless. The only squishy thing that's useful is when you twist it, the bottom flexes a little bit around the hips, like the tiniest bit. His torso is almost worthless. Why is it so complex? You have cuts here, make them freaking work. Why do we have a big sleeve with goofy ass stuff on the inside? Make this a hard piece of plastic, put some joints in it, put a double ball peg here and a joint at the bottom also so that it can actually pose. It serves no purpose. Now for the hips, tricky thing doing baggy pants, really baggy pants. I mean, they've only been doing it on Dragon Ball figures for like 20 years now, but they decided to do it on Jackie Chan here, and instead of doing it in a way that they know works, they did this. So he gets that much range, and it makes it look like he has a load in his pants from the front, but it's actually just his nuggets. which don't look particularly good, even though they've done this before with no big nuggets. He's got giant nuggets. It makes the butt look really weird too, but you're probably not going to see that too much. The legs don't go back at all. I mean, not really. And they go forward like this. And going forward looks okay. That's it. But because of the baggy pants and the way they've done it, he almost always looks like he's got a saggy diaper. Like a soggy, saggy diaper. So, not particularly good. It's not the worst thing they've ever done. For the thigh swivel, it's technically a ball, I think. Yeah, it is. There's a little bit of play, but almost none. So it's just going to be really a thigh swivel. And now for the knees. As you can already see, like if you've ever owned an action figure, you know that these knees are going to look like butts as soon as you pose them. They don't look particularly good like this. And then when you pose them, it looks like that. Holy crap, Bandai. Bandai, you just made new baggy pants knees. You just figured it out finally. Then they looked pretty good. And then you go and do this? On a realistic, not even anime type figure? What the heck is that? That looks like garbage and it doesn't even get you better than 90, barely. Terrible, terrible design. And for the ankle, it's on a ball peg for the ankle. The ankle is probably the best thing on this figure. It's on a ball peg and a ball hinge, so he can bring his foot pretty far forward, pretty far back. The toe is decent. It's not great. It's not one of their worst ones, though. And the ankle rocker works nicely, so that's useful. But my goodness, could you have possibly picked a harder thing to articulate and sculpt, but then also screw it up even worse than you had to? You've been making baggy pants with a low crotch, a short inseam for 20 years in your Dragon Ball line. And for this figure, it's like if you've never done it before, ever. Shoulders don't need to be reinvented every time a new figure comes out, Bandai. This is abysmal. This is terrible. I cannot, in good faith, recommend this to anybody unless you just want the head sculpts, which is crazy. So articulation-wise, he's going to get a 2 out of 10. It can barely do anything correctly. This is nuts. That Bandai is doing stuff like this on a regular basis now is absolutely crazy. Alright, time for the final verdict on this figure. The likeness is good, other than the poor quality paint job, but the sculpt is there. That's it. Just the portrait, and even then they screwed the paint job up. So I'm gonna give this a 0 out of 10. Honestly, it's not good. It's abysmally bad for a company like Bandai, for the SH Figuarts line to be releasing this kind of garbage over and over again. It's just nuts. And I'm thinking 2026 is the year that I'm gonna start calling these companies out. I've been calling them out, but it's getting worse, guys. It's getting way worse. So I'm going to do it even more than before, because this is crazy. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but I'm done. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.